If you are an NRI and you are looking to sell a property in India, you'll probably find a very good buyer who will pay you all the money. But what you don't know is a lot of people get into this problem of not being able to take the funds out of the country. So why does this happen and what you can do about it, I'm going to cover in this video. Usually what happens is that you come to India or you're sitting in say US or wherever and you're looking for a buyer for your property, and you get like completely busy finding a buyer only, like the right buyer, the right payment terms, this, that. What happens is mostly when you are trying to get a good deal, especially in areas where I operate in South Delhi, where the properties are more higher priced and all that, is the payments are staggered, okay? And where the payments are staggered or where the agreements are being done in such a way कि वो sale deed नहीं है, you know, it's not a sale deed, it's a agreement to sell or something. There's a lot of complications that happen. So I'm going to take them up one by one. The most important thing is you must have a sale deed. Why do I say that? Because now say for example, your property was for 20 crores, okay, and you received 5 crores in advance and now you say, okay, I'm going to take 5 crores back. You can't do that. You have to have a registered sale deed in your name. You can check it with your chartered accountant. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a real estate guy on YouTube or Instagram and all that. But just check it. But I'm telling you from experience that what happens is when you have to take the money back, they're going to ask you for a registered sale deed. You have to give it to your bank to be able to transfer your own money. Yes, you cannot take your own money out of India that easily. You have to give a proof of where you got it from. और भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. There's a lot of more things, but this is the first thing that you must have a sale deed. A lot of people are selling properties on say an agreement to sell, and then they feel they have a proper paper which says you can, I mean, where the money came from and they can take the money. Maybe it happened in the past, not anymore. I have seen this firsthand. You are going to go to the bank and the bank is going to say, get us a registered sale deed. So if you are doing a transaction, make sure it's not where a sale deed is going to happen after 2 years. Yeah, otherwise your money is stuck for 2 years. Second thing, usually आप सबके NRO accounts होंगे, ठीक है, which is fine. So most of you have NRO accounts as an NRI. But once the money has come into NRO account, there are more things. But some people seem to have some older accounts in India and they put the money there thinking it won't be a problem. You're going to land into trouble. Don't do that. Put it in your NRO account, and then there are more compliances that need to be in place. Number one, I told you already, sale deed. The other is TDS. So the buyer must have deducted your TDS, and the TDS, as you know, as for a NRI is going to be a higher rate. I mean, it will be in the range of say more or less 15%. Okay, we don't need to get into exact calculations right now, but the buyer must have a TAN number. TAN number is TDS account number. Most people who are not themselves registered as a business don't have a TAN number. तो आपको बताना पड़ता है buyer को कि भाई अपना एक TAN number बनवा लो. You know, they need to apply for a TAN number. Once they have a TAN number, then they can deposit your TDS. So your TDS must have been deposited with the income tax authorities. अगर ये भी नहीं हुआ है, they will cause you a problem in taking your own money abroad. Your capital gains must have been calculated in advance. So your CA would normally do that. You can get a lower TDS certificate also. That's optional. But if you have taken that, then fine. But this capital gains must have been calculated and deposited also before you take the money out. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि जी हो गया, sale deed is done, now money is in my account, I just take it, I have a sale deed. No. You will have to prove that this is all completed. For this, you will get your chartered accountant will give you a particular form. It's called Form 15CB. ठीक है, दो forms होते हैं, Form 15CA and Form 15CB. Form 15CB is when your chartered accountant, your CA will give you a document saying yes, your funds have been, your taxes have already been paid. That your taxes are paid and your funds are actually eligible to be taken out. So he has checked everything. He's putting himself on the line. तो वो risk नहीं लेगा अगर आपने ठीक से नहीं कर रखा. So that's why the government has put that in place. The CA is going to write that yes, everything has been done. The funds are eligible to be taken out. Taxes pay हो गए हैं. Normally TDS में कट गए होंगे. So your TDS would cover up all the tax that could be applicable and maybe a little more. You also do a Form 15CA filing, which basically is declaration to the government about these funds. ठीक है, पर ये करनी जरूरी है. Form 15CA करेंगे तो ये होगा कि आप remittance को declare कर रहे हो. Now your bank will also check all of this documentation before you will send the money. And mind you, they are not the smartest people maybe at times. And so जितना paperwork complete हो उतना ही कम है. You should have all your paperwork in place. your sale deed, any other agreement or whatever you have, this Form 15 CA, CB and whatever is there, okay? Also, I think you guys mostly know that the repatriation limit, जो पैसा आप इंडिया से बाहर ले जा सकते हो, that limit is about $1 million. So if your property is worth say $5 million in India and you're selling it off, so you can only take up to $1 million in one financial year. So it's a smart move to do the deal maybe around December, so that your money is in your account by February or March, and then you take that money out in March, about $1 million, and then April, a new financial year has already started, so maybe you can take out 1 million more. So maybe it's actually smarter to start the deal around June, July, August. If it's a larger transaction, usually the time will also be more. But keep this in mind: any part payments you are getting, you're not going to be able to take them out. So this is where a lot of people actually do a mistake. I'll get say 5 crores and I'll take 5 crores out and I'll invest it abroad. You won't be able to do that. You can maybe do that in India, but बाहर ले जाना है आपको, तो you will have to have the sale deed properly registered, which of course will be done when you made the whole payment or when you have been paid the entire amount, not the advance. This one point I said, I'm going to repeat that. This TDS, because the TDS amount is very high. In the case of a NRI, एक बड़ी unique चीज़ है कि जो buyer है उसका TAN number होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. So if he does not have a TAN number, you must insist in advance for him to apply his TAN number and give you a proof that he's received a TAN number. Otherwise, he won't be able to pay your TDS. And if you can manage it, like not everybody will agree and it's not required by law, but if you can manage it, ask the buyer to deposit the TDS beforehand. It's a little bit of a tricky thing, but so say you're meeting at the registrar office tomorrow and the entire payment has been made or is going to be made there by a demand draft. Just tell him, boss, deposit my TDS, because it's a large amount. It's about 15% of the entire amount. Say your property was say for 50 crores. So this is a lot of money. 15% is like going to be about 7.5 crores or so. So, but legally he has the time of up to a month actually to deposit that. So he can say, no boss, I'll deposit it later. You can demand, and most people, if your relationship is fine, they'll agree, it's fine, we'll deposit. Once you have that in hand, you are on a much safer ground. By the way, the liability of this, that say if he does not deposit for 3 months, then what do you do? So there is he will have to pay a penalty and interest on that. So, and the liability of him depositing that is not on you, but you are still stuck. क्योंकि जब तक वो जमा नहीं कराएगा, till the time he deposits it, you can't take your money out. So if you are an NRI like looking to sell a property in India or are selling a property in India, don't just focus on the deal. You should focus on the deal, but not only on the deal. Don't just focus on the money. Focus on one, of course, who you are dealing with, what kind of people they are. Keep it as clear, totally keep it like a banking transaction. No hanky panky. People tell you, oh, बड़ा ज़रूरी है, इसके बिना नहीं होता India. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, सब कुछ हो जाता है. Completely through banking channels. And since you are taking your money out of India, and maybe this will be your last financial transaction, I think you will have to take responsibility of doing it smoothly, because if you leave it to people here, it is probably not going to be smooth. If this content is helping you, or if you have an NRI friend or family, you can forward this video. I hope this helps.